Welcome to Exploring Our World. Today we will be embarking on a fantastic journey as we travel to all of the new 7 wonders of the world. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey. We're going to have a great trip, so let's get started. The first stop on our itinerary is the wondrous lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu. Situated high in the rarefied air of the Andes Mountains, in the area of Peru known as the Sacred Valley of the Incas, nestled among the clouds and looking down on the winding Urubamba River from its elevated perch, sits the marvelous Inca Citadel. Built by the Inca Emperor Pachacuti around 1450 AD to serve as a royal estate, Machu Picchu is a testament to the Incas' advanced engineering and construction skills. Amazingly, the Inca stonemasons who constructed the stone walls of Machu Picchu were so skilled in their trade that they were able to fit the stones together so perfectly that not even a single blade of grass could slip between them, despite the fact that the Incas did not use mortar in their construction. Machu Picchu is, however, so much more than simply an engineering marvel or the personal residence of a powerful Inca emperor. The city was also designed to be used as an astronomical observatory and religious sanctuary. Several structures in Machu Picchu were constructed to align exactly with astronomical events in the cosmos. For example, the Intihuatana stone of Machu Picchu, often referred to as the hitching post of the sun, was aligned in such a way that it could be used by the Incas to predict the solstices and equinoxes with remarkable precision and accuracy. These insights into the cosmos allowed the Inca religious leaders and rulers to gain a clearer understanding of the place that their people and their beautiful surroundings occupied in the larger expanse of the vast, star-filled heavens above. The Incas also worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, and Machu Picchu's temples and ritual spaces were likely used for intricate, reverential ceremonies honoring those deities. Due to Machu Picchu's strategic, elevated, and isolated location, sitting high atop a ridge between 2 mountains, it also served as an ideal defensive, impregnable fortress that would have been almost impossible for any potential invaders to overrun and topple, thereby ensuring the safety of its residents. Although Machu Picchu's rocky terrain and remote mountainous location looks like it would be an extremely harsh and inhospitable environment and a treacherous place to live, the Incas who lived there proved themselves to be extremely resourceful. They used their impressive engineering and agricultural skills to build row upon row of terraces into the side of the mountain, where they could grow their crops and provide sustenance for their community. It is there on and around those terraces where visitors will frequently see llamas and alpacas roaming freely, nonchalantly taking in the beautiful views and the fresh, crisp mountain air. These lovable cousins of the camel, llamas and alpacas have become the unofficial mascots of Machu Picchu, and they are definitely one of the most memorable highlights of any trip to Machu Picchu for people of all ages. Traveling to Machu Picchu is not just simply a means to an end. The journey to Machu Picchu is by itself an amazing part of the overall experience, and one you are sure to enjoy and remember. Most travelers to Machu Picchu will start their journey by flying into Lima, the capital city of Peru. Then, visitors will take about a 1.5-hour flight from Lima, flying high above the Andes, before descending into the ancient Inca capital city of Cusco. Once in Cusco, you will basically have 2 options on how to get to Machu Picchu. The most direct and easiest option is to take one of the trains that leaves Cusco daily and travels along the winding Urubamba River through the Sacred Valley of the Incas until it reaches Aguas Calientes, the small town at the base of Machu Picchu Mountain. The journey by train from Cusco to Aguas Calientes takes around 3 hours, but the time will fly by as you take in all of the beautiful scenery around you. The second and more adventurous option is to take the 4-day hike along the Inca Trail. Although the difficulty of the Inca Trail is considered to be a moderate level hike, it is approximately 43 kilometers or 26 miles long, and often steep, at an elevation nearing 4,215 meters or 13,828 feet, and the relentless uphill and downhill hiking can be tough, so you definitely want to keep this in mind before making your decision to hike the Inca Trail. However, for those of you who feel you can handle the physical demands of the hike, there are hiking tours that you can book that can make the experience easier, and the tour company's guides will carry the heavy supplies for you. However you decide to make the last stage of the trip to Machu Picchu, you are sure to enjoy the journey, and you will definitely be rewarded once you reach the lost city of the Incas. Before we move on to our next stop, I want to invite you, fellow travelers, after you finish watching the video, to please let us know in the comments section which of the new 7 wonders of the world is your favorite. Then, please remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you can enjoy all our future videos as well. Now, let's get back to our trip. Next, we're going to fly down to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil to visit the second stop on our travel itinerary, the magnificent Christ the Redeemer statue. Overlooking Rio de Janeiro from high atop the Corcovado mountain, Christ the Redeemer stretches his arms in a welcoming embrace, standing as a symbol of peace and goodwill for the whole world. The colossal statue is a powerful symbol of Christianity, but its universal message of peace transcends religious boundaries. Made of reinforced concrete and soapstone, the figure itself stands 30 meters or 98 feet tall, the equivalent of a 10-story building. Add to that the large pedestal that Christ the Redeemer stands on, which is another 8 meters or 26 feet tall, and it is easily the largest Art Deco work of art in the world. Its open arms spanning 28 meters or 92 feet from fingertip to fingertip seem to embrace the city and the world beyond, serving as a soothing beacon of love and acceptance. The weight of the statue is also equally impressive. At 635 metric tons, Christ the Redeemer is truly enormous. Construction of the statue took nearly a decade to complete, lasting from 1922 to 1931, and it involved hundreds of workers. After years of difficult labor and toil, Christ the Redeemer was finally inaugurated on October 12, 1931, dedicated as a symbol of Brazilian Christianity and as a tribute to the centennial anniversary of Brazil's independence from Portugal. Another interesting fact about the statue that is not widely known is that the Christ the Redeemer statue we see and cherish today was not the original design. Originally, the statue was going to show Christ standing with a globe in one hand and a cross in the other. But it was later decided that the statue's pose should be changed to the one we admire and recognize today, with the arms spread out wide, inviting everyone into their loving embrace. On the global stage, Christ the Redeemer has achieved iconic status and attracts millions of visitors, both Christians and non-Christians alike, from around the world each year. Christ the Redeemer has undergone several restorations over the years. Weather events like strong winds, precipitation, and even lightning strikes have all caused damage to the statue over the decades. As a cherished cultural treasure for both Brazil and the world, it is important that Christ the Redeemer be safeguarded and preserved for future generations to enjoy. When you travel to Christ the Redeemer, you will need to ascend to the summit of Corcovado Mountain if you wish to see the statue up close and get an unforgettable view of Rio de Janeiro and the surrounding landscape, including nearby Sugarloaf Mountain. And you can do that by either taking a train or a van, or if you wish to make the journey feel more like a pilgrimage, you can hike to the summit on a well-worn hiking trail that starts at the beautiful Parc Lage. If you decide to hike to the summit, one of the perks is that you will very likely get to see some monkeys along the way. However you decide to get to the top, you will definitely be rewarded once you gaze upon the wonderful majesty of Christ the Redeemer from up close. And the view looking out over Rio de Janeiro is truly remarkable as well. One of the main enduring legacies of the Christ the Redeemer statue is that it conveys and fully embodies a timeless message of love, peace, and redemption. Christ the Redeemer continues to inspire awe and reverence in all who behold it, serving as a testament to the power of faith and human creativity. Now it's time for us to leave Brazil and soar north to the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, to visit number 3 on our list of the new 7 wonders of the world, the ancient Maya city of Chichen Itza. Steeped in mythology, Chichen Itza, the city of the water wizards, stands as a testament to the ingenuity and architectural prowess of the ancient Maya civilization. Constructed by the Maya people over 1,000 years ago, with some accounts placing the establishment of the city in the early 400s AD, Chichen Itza was one of the largest Maya cities, and it served as a political, economic, and religious center during its peak. At its height, Chichen Itza's city center covered nearly 2 square miles, with many commercial, residential, and religious structures made from stone occupying the area. Chichen Itza even had its own suburbs, with smaller homes occupying the outskirts of the city. Of all the amazing structures at Chichen Itza, one of the most iconic and most photographed is the temple or pyramid of Kukulkan, also known as El Castillo. The Maya name, Kukulkan, was the name of the Maya feathered serpent deity, while El Castillo, or the castle in English, was the name given to it by the first Spaniards to set eyes on it. A unique blend of geometric and symbolic design, the pyramid of Kukulkan remarkably aligns with the sun during the spring and autumn equinoxes, casting a shadow that creates the illusion of a serpent descending its steps. Another interesting fact that is not widely known about the Temple of Kukulkan is that there is another temple built beneath it. In the mid-1930s, the Mexican government sponsored an excavation of the temple, during which they discovered a staircase under the north side of the pyramid. By digging from the top, they found another temple buried underneath the Temple of Kukulkan. Inside the lower hidden temple chamber was a Chakmul statue and a throne in the shape of jaguar, painted red and with spots made of inlaid jade. Another very interesting site at Chichen Itza, but perhaps interesting for reasons a little more dark, is the sacred cenote, which is a large natural sinkhole within the city. It was a sacred pilgrimage site for the ancient Maya people, who would often go there to conduct sacrifices to their gods during times of drought. The dark aspect of this site is that the sacrifices made at the sacred cenote were not only objects like gold, jade, and other items, but were also frequently human beings who were thrown into the sinkhole. This has been confirmed by archaeological investigations of the site, which have removed from the bottom of the sacred cenote not only objects like the ones mentioned, but also skeletons of children and men. Another popular site is the Great Ball Court, the largest known ball court from the ancient world, where Mayans engaged in a ritual ball game, which is believed to have had real life and death consequences for its participants. The Maya were an intellectually advanced people who had a strong grasp of mathematics and astronomy, which they used to align their pyramids and temples with astronomical events like equinoxes. The Maya were also the only people in Mesoamerica at the time who used a written script, which were a bizarre set of characters known as Maya hieroglyphs. The grandeur of Chichen Itza and its importance to the Maya Empire during its height is obvious and has never been in doubt. But despite all the amazing accomplishments of the Maya, one of the things that has captivated people the most about them over the years is how the Maya civilization seems to have collapsed so quickly and simply disappeared. No one knows for certain how it happened, and no one knows for sure how many people died, but it is clear that by 950 AD, the Maya civilization had collapsed. Archaeologists and scholars have theorized that the collapse was due to starvation, drought, climate change, disease, warfare, or some combination of these. However, we may never really know what ultimately led to the collapse of the Maya civilization. If you're ready to embark on your own adventure to Chichen Itza, there are several ways to get there. Most people will get to Chichen Itza from one of the main local tourist areas on the Yucatan, either Cancun, Playa del Carmen, or Tulum. From any of these locations, it is very easy to find a guided tour, hop on a bus, or even rent a car to drive to Chichen Itza on your own. It is only approximately 2.5 hours from Cancun and Playa del Carmen, and only roughly 2 hours from Tulum, so it is easy to make a long day trip to Chichen Itza from any of these main tourist areas. Because of its proximity to cruise ship stops along the Yucatan Peninsula, Chichen Itza is a popular day trip destination for cruise goers who are visiting that area of the world. When you do visit Chichen Itza, you will very quickly realize why it is considered one of the most awe-inspiring archaeological wonders of the world. We are going to have a long way to travel to our next stop, so let's get going. We will have to fly across the Atlantic Ocean and the western Mediterranean Sea before we arrive at our fourth stop on our journey, the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. An enduring symbol of the Roman Empire, the Colosseum stands as an architectural marvel in the heart of Rome. This colossal structure is still the largest standing amphitheater in the world, despite being approximately 2,000 years old. The construction of the Colosseum kicked off under Emperor Vespasian in 72 AD and was completed in 80 AD under his successor and heir Titus. Further modifications were made by Titus's successor, Domitian. Together, the three emperors are known as the Flavian dynasty, and the amphitheater was originally named the Flavian Amphitheater. The Colosseum is built with travertine limestone, tuff, which is a type of volcanic rock, and brick-faced concrete. As impressive as the Colosseum is today, it surely would have been even more impressive to the spectators from all walks of life who visited it during the late 1st century AD, when the structure was complete and stood in all its grandeur. At that time, a visitor to the Colosseum would have not only seen the total elliptical structure undamaged, unlike the partial remaining structure that we see today, but they would have also seen amazing, intricately designed statues and decorations that adorned the exterior arches and niches of the Colosseum, significantly adding to its architectural splendor. At the main entrances and throughout the outer facade of the Colosseum, statues of emperors, particular members of the Flavian dynasty, were prominently displayed. These statues served as a testament to the patronage of the imperial family and reinforced the association between the Colosseum and the ruling elite. In addition to the statues of emperors, there would have also been statues of Roman gods and goddesses, such as Jupiter, his goddess wife Juno, Neptune, Mars, and Minerva. Also very likely in full display in some niches of the Colosseum would have been gladiatorial heroes and animal figures that connote strength and power, like lions, bulls, and elephants. The Colosseum could accommodate 50,000 to 80,000 spectators who would come to cheer on their favorite gladiators or to witness theatrical performances, wild animal fights, reenactments of famous battles, or even public executions. Its elliptical shape and tiered seating structure facilitated optimal viewing angles for spectators, ensuring an immersive experience during events. One lesser known but extremely interesting fact about the Colosseum is its adaptability. Remarkably, it was occasionally flooded to stage naval battles, known as naumachia. This amazing feat of engineering was possible due to a complex underground system beneath the arena floor called the hypogeum, which is where the animals and gladiators were normally housed before they entered the arena for battle. After the Western Roman Empire collapsed in 476 AD, Europe officially entered the period of time known as the Middle Ages, or the Dark Ages. It was then, during the early Middle Ages, when the Colosseum ceased to be used for entertainment, and during the ensuing years, it was repurposed for many different uses, such as housing, workshops, quarters for a religious order, a fortress, a quarry, and even a Christian shrine. Many people are curious as to why the Colosseum looks the way it does today. Well, the Colosseum suffered its worst damage in the Great Earthquake of 1349, which caused all of its outer south side to collapse, thus giving the Colosseum its characteristic look that we see today. Even in its current state, however, the Colosseum is a marvel to witness, and you will surely never forget the first time you lay your eyes on its grandeur. Being that the Colosseum is located in Rome, it is much easier to travel to than some of the other wonders of the world we are visiting today. The Colosseum is only a relatively short drive from the two nearby major Roman airports, and while you are free to explore the Colosseum on your own, the best way to experience it is with a guided tour, where you can gain much more insight into the history of the Colosseum and Roman history in general, while in the capable hands of a local expert. The Colosseum is an enduring symbol of the Roman Empire and a testament to Roman engineering prowess. The next stop on our travels is to the beautiful Rose City of Petra, Jordan. Petra is located amid the rugged desert mountains and canyons in the southwestern corner of the present-day Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Carved directly into the vibrantly colored sandstone cliff faces, Petra gets its moniker, the Rose City, because of the color of the sandstone cliffs, as well as from a poem in 1845 by John Burgon, in which the poet famously referred to Petra as a rose-red city half as old as time. This spectacular sandstone city was built by the Nabateans, who were a nomadic Bedouin tribe of Arabic origin who roamed the Arabian desert and moved with their herds to wherever they could find pasture and water. The Nabateans designed Petra to be the capital city of their burgeoning empire, which it remained from 400 BC to 106 AD. The Nabatean people developed Petra into a thriving center of commerce and trade, and over the years, they used some of their great wealth from the lucrative trading business to carve beautiful palaces, temples, tombs, storerooms, and stables into the soft stone cliffs of their capital city. Petra thrived for several centuries until it finally lost its independence when it fell to the Romans in 106 AD, and the Romans renamed it Arabia Petrea. After Petra fell to the Romans, its importance declined until, by the time the early Islamic era started in 700 AD, it had become almost completely abandoned, except for a handful of nomads. Petra was then forgotten and lost to the Western world until 1812, when Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt rediscovered it to the great benefit of the Western world. Disguising himself as a local and calling himself Sheikh Ibrahim ibn Abdallah, and only speaking Arabic in order to hide his European identity and travel more freely in the region, Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, with the help of a guide from the local Bedouin tribe, set out on his quest to find the mysterious city, of which he had heard rumors and whisperings during his earlier travels in the Levant. After a perilous journey through treacherous and rugged desert terrain and having to evade bandits, Johann Ludwig Burckhardt and his guide finally arrived at the entrance to Petra, known as the Seek, a narrow canyon flanked by towering cliffs. Awestruck by the sight of Petra's monumental architecture, Burckhardt thoroughly documented and sketched what he witnessed, providing the first comprehensive description of the ancient city to the Western world. His writings and sketches of Petra sparked widespread interest and fascination among European scholars and travelers, introducing the romantic allure of the ancient Nabatean city to a wide audience, inspiring subsequent generations of explorers, archaeologists, and adventurers to uncover its secrets. The city of Petra covers an area of about 264 square kilometers, or 102 square miles, making it one of the largest archaeological sites in the Middle East. The most famous structure in Petra is Al-Khazni, the treasury, which is carved into a sandstone cliff face and stands 40 meters or 130 feet tall. It is thought that Al-Khazni was built as a mausoleum and crypt at the beginning of the 1st century AD. However, it only later became known as Al-Khazni, or the Treasury in English, in the early 19th century by the area's Bedouins, as they believed it contained treasures. In addition to Al-Khazni, other notable monuments in Petra include the monastery, or Ad-Dir, which stands 50 meters or 165 feet tall, the Great Temple, and Qasr al-Bint Farun, or Palace of Pharaoh's Daughter. Besides these three most popular monuments, there are numerous smaller monuments scattered throughout Petra, such as tombs, temples, altars, cisterns, amphitheaters, and colonnaded streets. One interesting fact about Petra that does not always get the attention it deserves is how exactly the Nabateans managed to create a thriving capital city in the middle of an arid desert. They did so by developing a complex and ingenious system of cisterns, channels, and dams to collect and store rainwater, thereby allowing them to survive in the harsh desert environment. If Al-Khazni or the Treasury looks familiar to you, it is very likely because you probably saw it before in a famous Hollywood movie. That movie is the 1989 film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, in which the Treasury's facade is represented as the entrance to the final resting place of the Holy Grail. So, how can you experience the wonders of Petra for yourself? Getting to Petra is easier than you might think. The closest airport is King Hussein International Airport in Aqaba, at only 100 kilometers away, or approximately 62 miles from Petra. After arriving at the airport in Jordan, you will need to make your way to the nearest town to Petra, which is called Wadi Musa. Wadi Musa serves as the gateway to the archaeological site, offering a range of accommodations, restaurants, and guided tours. As with other sites on our travel itinerary today, while you can tour Petra on your own, it is advised that you take a guided tour, so you can fully experience the sites and learn about them in more detail. Whether you choose to explore the magnificent city of Petra on foot, horseback, or camelback, prepare to be enchanted by its timeless beauty and rich history. Just remember to bring plenty of water and comfortable shoes. The desert sun can be unforgiving, but the rewards are well worth it. The next stop, and the sixth on our epic journey today, is the Taj Mahal, situated on the bank of the Yamuna River in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India. A monument to eternal love, the Taj Mahal, with its perfect symmetry, stands as a testament to architectural beauty and a tribute to the rich heritage of India. This breathtaking ivory-white marble mausoleum was built in the 17th century by the 5th Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan to house the tomb of his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who died on June 17, 1631, while giving birth to their 14th child, and to serve as a memorial to her for eternity. The Taj Mahal also houses the tomb of Emperor Shah Jahan himself, which the emperor planned so he could lay near his beloved wife in peace forever. The tombs are the centerpiece of a 17-hectare, 42-acre complex, which includes a mosque and a guest house, and is set in formal gardens bounded on 3 sides by a crenellated wall. One fact you are likely to find interesting about the tombs themselves is that the main chamber only houses the false sarcophagi of Mumtaz Mahal and Emperor Shah Jahan. The actual graves are located at a lower level, where they were placed in a relatively plain crypt with their faces turned right towards Mecca. Construction of the Taj Mahal was an epic undertaking. Over 20,000 artisans were employed in the construction of this masterpiece, which took approximately 20 years to complete and is estimated to have cost the equivalent of an astounding $498 million in 2023 US dollars. The Taj Mahal is renowned for its intricate inlay work, with precious and semi-precious stones from all over Asia used to create its mesmerizing floral patterns. The exterior decorations of the Taj Mahal are among the finest in Mughal architecture. In line with the Islamic prohibition against the use of anthropomorphic forms, the decorative elements can be grouped into either calligraphy, abstract forms, or vegetative motifs. Throughout the complex are passages from the Quran that comprise some of the decorative elements, including the calligraphy on the Great Gate, which reads, "O soul, thou art at rest. Return to the Lord at peace with him, and he at peace with you." One of the most fascinating aspects of the Taj Mahal is its changing color throughout the day. From a soft pink blush at dawn, to a gleaming white under the midday sun, and finally a golden hue illuminated by moonlight, it's a sight that truly captivates the senses. Therefore, if you can view the Taj Mahal at different times of day, you will be in for an unforgettable visual treat. Undoubtedly, the most spectacular feature of the Taj Mahal is the impressive marble onion dome that surmounts the tomb. The iconic dome is nearly 35 meters or 115 feet high, which is close in measurement to the length of the base, and its top is decorated with a lotus design, which serves to accentuate the dome's height. 4 minarets, each more than 40 meters or 130 feet tall, frame the tomb, another display of the designer's penchant for symmetry. The minarets were designed as working minarets, a traditional element of mosques used by the muezzin to call the Islamic faithful to prayer. Another beautiful and stunning part of the complex is the garden within which the mausoleum resides. Halfway between the tomb and gateway, in the center of the garden, is a raised marble water tank with a reflecting pool positioned on a north-south axis to reflect the image of the mausoleum. Beyond its architectural grandeur, the Taj Mahal is steeped in symbolism and meaning. It represents much more than just a tomb. It symbolizes eternal love, beauty, and the impermanence of life. The Taj Mahal attracts 7 to 8 million visitors annually, and traveling to the Taj Mahal to witness its stunning beauty is relatively straightforward. First, you will need to make your way to the city of Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India. The easiest way to get to Agra is to first fly into the Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi, which is approximately 220 kilometers or 137 miles from Agra, and then take a train, bus, or car directly to Agra. Once you reach Agra, various transportation options are available to reach the Taj Mahal from the city center. These include auto rickshaws, cycle rickshaws, taxis, and battery-operated e-rickshaws. Additionally, horse-drawn tangas are available for a unique and traditional experience. Most visitors prefer to take a short ride or walk from the city center to the Taj Mahal's entrance gate. Once there, guided tours of the Taj Mahal are a great way for visitors to gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of this architectural marvel, making your visit a more memorable and enriching experience. The Taj Mahal's significance in Indian culture and history cannot be overstated, serving as a beacon of the country's cultural richness and artistic excellence. For the next stop on our adventure, we will be traveling to the 7th and final new wonder of the world on our itinerary today, the incomparable and amazing Great Wall of China. Spanning more than 13,000 miles, or 21,000 kilometers, and built over the course of more than 2,000 years, the Great Wall of China is regarded as one of the most impressive architectural feats in history. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Wall of China is not a single continuous structure. In fact, the Great Wall is actually a series of walls, fortifications, and watchtowers, with some walls running parallel to one another, and others even intersecting, all of which together combine to form a complex network that stretches across vast terrains from mountains to deserts. The earliest fortifications and walls in China date back to the 7th century BC. During this time and the later Warring States period, competing Chinese states all constructed extensive fortifications and walls to defend their own borders against each other. After Qin Shi Huang of the Qin dynasty conquered the other warring Chinese states, unifying all of China and conferring upon himself the title of emperor, thereby becoming the first emperor of China, he proceeded to expand the walled fortifications by connecting and extending existing defensive walls into a single, more cohesive system. Unfortunately, most of the ancient walls built under the direction of Emperor Shi Huang have eroded away over the centuries, and very few sections remain today. Following the rule of the Qin dynasty, subsequent Chinese dynasties, including the Han, Ming, and Qing dynasties, continued the further expansion and fortification of the wall over a period of centuries. The primary purpose of the walls during these periods was to defend against invasions from northern nomadic tribes, such as the Mongols and Xiongnu. The Great Wall not only served as a physical barrier, but also as a psychological deterrent, dissuading potential invaders from attempting to breach its defenses. If you visit the Great Wall of China today, it is very likely that you will be visiting a section of the Great Wall that was constructed by the Ming Dynasty, which ruled China from 1368 to 1644 AD. These Ming-era sections of the Great Wall are some of the most well-preserved sections and the most frequently visited today. Construction of the Great Wall was truly an epic and monumental undertaking, unlike anything else in human history. It is estimated that more than 1 million people worked on the Great Wall over the 2,000 plus years of its construction. The laborers often included soldiers, convicts, and conscripted peasants who had to work in extremely harsh conditions and terrains. There is no way to know exactly how many people died in the construction of the Great Wall over the millennia, but we can come up with a pretty good estimate. Because there were most likely more than 1 million people who worked on the construction of the Great Wall, and it is estimated that the death toll for those laborers was in the astoundingly high range of 40 to 50%, that would mean that approximately 400,000 to 500,000 or more people may have died while building the wall, with many of them interred within its walls. Another interesting fact about the Great Wall of China is that sticky rice played a major role in the construction of the Great Wall and in maintaining its durability over the centuries. That's right, sticky rice, the same staple that graces dinner tables across East Asia, was used in the mortar that bound the stones together. Although the Great Wall was originally built as a defensive system and will always be a testament to the engineering prowess and strategic vision of ancient Chinese dynasties, the Great Wall has emerged over time to become an equally powerful symbol of Chinese civilization and ingenuity, fostering a sense of national pride and identity among Chinese people. Every year, more than 10 million people flock to the Great Wall of China, eager to explore its ancient ramparts and unravel its storied past, making it one of the world's most popular tourist attractions. Most travelers will access the Great Wall via Beijing due to its close proximity to many sections of the Great Wall, each offering a unique visit and experience. For instance, if you wish to have a more relaxed visit to the Great Wall, you will probably want to head to the heavily restored but more touristy Badaling, which has a cable car that will take you to the wall. Another option, and one that is less crowded than Badaling, is the Zhuangwan section of the wall, which welcomes visitors with dozens of steep stairs to climb. Alternatively, you may wish to visit Mutianyu, which is another restored part of the wall that boasts majestic views of the Chinese countryside. Another option is Jinshanling, an often hiked part of the wall that has dozens of watchtowers and unbeatable scenery. Regardless of which part or parts of the Great Wall you choose to visit on your next trip to China, you will surely leave wanting to return in the future to see even more of what the Great Wall has to offer. The Great Wall of China is not just a monument of stone and mortar, it's a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity and the enduring legacy of civilizations past. This concludes our exhilarating trip to the new 7 Wonders of the World. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it would mean a lot to us if you would please like our video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell. Also, please remember to leave a comment to let us know which of the new 7 Wonders of the World is your favorite. Thank you, and until next time, this is Exploring Our World.